Welcome. We are back.
Welcome back to the Free Gems Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You got your lovely ghost. Your lovely host. You got G's here. K-Sig going across the room with me. You know what I'm saying?
In the building.
Listen, man, we here. It's early, but it's never too early. You know what I'm saying? Rise and grind. You feel me? We just going over some YouTube analytics. I mean, we don't really got to talk too much, but I ain't gonna lie. Shit going up, man.
Yeah.
So, just want to say before we start anything, man, I appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody. Tuning in,
absolutely,
sharing, liking, commenting. Tell us how much you hate us. Tell us how much you love us.
Oh, yeah,
do all of that shit.
Yo.
It all feeds the algorithm, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all been going crazy. We did a $250,000 in the last 28 days.
Yeah, $250,000 views.
Hey, listen, $250,000 in the last 28 days. That's almost 10K a day. If I'm not mistaken, no, that's a K, one band a day. No, that's 10K a day. Damn. I didn't even think about that.
Yo, I didn't even think about
that. That's almost
either.
10K a day, gang. Listen, shout out to y'all the real MVPs, man. And shout out to K-Circle, man. Like I was just saying on my Instagram, bro, been going fucking crazy. Making sure he pushing the content
it's
when
teamwork.
I don't have the time. Yeah, that's the teamwork.
It's teamwork.
That's
and
what the balance is all about.
That's what it's
right,
all
where
about.
I lack, you pick up, and vice versa. However we got to do it, we got to do it.
And that's what it is. You got.
And shout out to Marv, too, for always being patient with me, sending them outlines an hour late sometimes.
Shout out to Marv.
Shout out to Marv, for real. I'll be an hour and a half, 2 hours late, like text them all like, yo, could we possibly still drop? If we can't, it's cool. But Marv always held it down, man.
But man, that's why teamwork's important.
For sure.
And it's good to find people or somebody who will motivate you when you don't have the motivation, or who bounce their ideas off of you, because every day is not going to be a great day for you. You know, so if somebody else is having a good day, they can still push the machine while you're doing whatever you got to do. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the beauty in it. But yeah, man, like you shit. We literally doubled the subscribers almost in just like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Literally
doubled the subscribers. Literally exponentially grew our just viewership in the last 28 days. And like, bro, and it's all about just being consistent. Yeah. And when they tell you that, the cliches of the world really are a cliche for a reason.
It's real, and the thing is, you're right. And the laws of the universe is in every different avenue. It doesn't matter what avenue it is. It doesn't matter what it is.
Like it's fucking. You want to get a lot of views, push the content. You want to sell a lot of crack, push the crack. You got to just like go crazy about anything you're doing, and it's gonna go. You just got to also be mentally there and pushing it forward. That self-doubt will fuck you up in life, yo. You cannot doubt this shit. Like you just gotta go fucking crazy.
You got to be unemotional about it. Like I keep saying, you have to be unemotional about it. I don't feel
that episode 1.
That's what I'm saying. People, listen, man. I said on this podcast before, people are. The problem is a lot of people are too emotional with their goals and what they want to do. Right. Emotional being, I feel like doing it today. I don't feel like doing it today. Maybe I don't.
This went wrong. I don't even want to look at this for a couple weeks.
Or now I'm justifying why I'm not doing it here or whatever.
Yep. It's all emotional. It's like, nah, you got to do it regardless. It's really, right. It's about what you do when nobody's watching. And are you going to do this even when you really don't want to do it? Ding. It's all about that.
Listen,
when you do it when you really don't want to do it, when you want to stand to, and also when it's not being forced on you. It's not like this is a weekly check that we need to make sure we do. Like it's about doing it. This is just using this as an example. Like it's not about this is my livelihood. No, it's not. It's if you take care of this, it'll take care of you in the long run. And you got to understand that concept with everything in life. You take care of it first, it'll take care of you in the long run. Just like your kids, man. You invest in your kids so that one day you can sit back in your 50s, 60s, and they take care of you because they're successful and took whatever you taught them in order to make it. And ran with it. And ran with it. And now we're building something. So,
and you said something important right there. And a lot of the times when we talk about a job or whatever the case may be, a lot of people will do stuff once they're accountable to somebody else, but they won't hold themselves accountable to the same standard. They won't hold themselves. So like,
important.
So a lot of people, they don't want to get up in the morning for work.
Nope.
They wake up at 6 in the morning. They force themselves to get up because they won't have a roof over their heads.
Right.
Their boss tells them to do X, Y, and Z. Make 1, 2, 3 of these calls, cold call, and you cold calling. But when you're trying to start your own business or your own venture here, you're not going to cold call for yourself because you don't have anybody to hold you accountable. Nobody can fire you now. You feel me?
Exactly.
So now you feel like you can slack off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We've all been through those battles.
It's all about what do you do when it's not even being forced? Like, can you do this without the expectation from somebody else? That's super important. I always took a lot of pride in the way my work ethic works because it's like I don't have to work 14, 15 hours in a day. I choose to. You know, and when 8 hours is done that I got scheduled, I want another 10 to do. I want something else to do. I got to figure out something more productive because it's like, yeah, it's about like, are you gonna do it even when nobody's watching? Are you gonna do it when nobody's expecting it? Like, are you gonna do it just because you truly understand, like, oh, this is gonna further me in one way or the other, like, you know?
And whatever, and with the laws of the universe, whatever avenue you're working in, you have to ask your question. You have to ask yourself the question: how far are you away from your 10,000 hours?
Ooh.
How far are you away?
Yeah, bro.
No matter what it is, how far are you away from your 10,000 hours? If guess what? If you're doing 1 hour a day, you know what? It's gonna take you 10,000 days to do it.
Sheesh. Let's talk about it.
And if you're doing 10,
that's about, what's that? 10,000 days? What's that like? That's like 10 years or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's what, but that's what I'm saying. How far are you along to 10,000? If you want to start, then it's gonna take you them 10 years. Yeah. And most likely you're gonna give up before those 10 years.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's all about that. Yep, that's crazy. Because I always tell people that too. People always ask me like, "Yo, how's the podcast going?" I'm like, "Man, it's in its infancy right now. We working, we building right now." And people be like, "Oh, how does it work?" I'm like, "Listen, to be for real, we rookies right now. Like, we still we less than we 100, maybe 110, 115 episodes in, not even like less than 110. Maybe like a 108 low key,
something like
even
that.
Even though these last 8 we've been calling it the lost episodes because we refuse to give it a 100th episode title.
Yeah, that's
but think about it. We do 100 episodes an hour a piece. We only had 108 hours of time, bro. We are just stepping into the door. We just got on campus. We ain't even really go to the
orientation.
Freshman orientation for real. We 100 hours in, top 10,000. We barely 10%, and then including the editing hours and all that. Let's say we 200 hours in, dog. We just got here, and we're not even 2% into our 10,000 hours when you really think about it. And that's fucking insane.
And I like the fact how when we started this whole venture, we were thinking long term. We weren't thinking microwave.
Right.
And a lot of people with a lot of their goals, they think microwave, or they're looking at the results instead of doing the actions. You know what I mean? We're playing the long game. We're having fun with the journey, and you got to have fun with the journey, no matter what. You got to find joy in what you're doing. You know, in order for you to ever see that light at the end of the tunnel.
No, 100%. It's also important, like even with anything in life, like when you have a goal, it's good to make sure you have a solid foundation that can fund and feed that goal. You know, like luckily we have the time to be able to go do this.
That's very important.
It is a blessing to be able to even like afford to record every month, and you know, to afford to have the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to make sure you find the time and find something that can feed and fund the next thing that you're trying to do, especially if that next thing is a dream. Like, the dreams get expensive, man. If you know, like, listen, if you're a rapper, an artist of any kind, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. When it comes to having to record for the song, get it engineered, shoot a music video, you down thousands of dollars to shoot one song. You got hundreds of more songs. It's like, yo, you gonna go broke behind the shit you believe in. So it's like, you gotta be willing to accept that, understand, yo, this shit is long term. This shit might take 10 years.
And the thing is, any
might
venture,
take 20 years, 30
any
years.
venture, any business is just like having a baby.
Yep.
Guess what?
Ooh, yes.
In its infancy, it's helpless.
Wow.
You have to put in the time.
Wow.
You got to put in the money in order for that baby to grow.
Oh, God.
If you don't, then guess what? That baby will never grow. Yeah. And if that baby does grow up, it's going to neglect you because you weren't there for it.
Yeah.
But if you were there for it and catered for it and cared for it and made sure it was nourished when it needed nourishment, and made sure that, you know, you gave it knowledge to be able to equip it in order to take care of you later on. Yeah. So it's just like having a baby. You know, any venture is just like having a baby. Most people are not ready to have that baby. It just comes. Yeah, and then you got to think on the fly.
Yeah, man, I love to see when I see like consistency take over and people start winning from just consistency. Like, I want to give a big shout out to Bass Swag, because I don't know if you know Bass Swag, him and Cash Cobain. They got that new song Fisher.
I know Cash Cobain.
And this be from Cash. Stuff on YouTube. Yeah. Listen, man, when I tell you them boys is on a run right now with that song Fisher, that she got an attitude. Damn, that shit go crazy. Yo, bro, shout out to Cash Cobain, one of the super talented producer. But like I said, shout out to Bass Swag, bro. I saw Bass Swag performing like 2016 when it was during the rest in peace PNB Rock, A Boogie, and Famous Dex. It was like 300 was having a concert. That's neither here nor there. The important part is, when I was watching Bass Swag perform 8 years ago, and it was crazy because I know, like, like seeing him in his infancy and then now seeing how the song is taking off of them, bro, they're performing 2-3 times a night at every fucking club possible. It's not stopping. I watched them motherfuckers perform at 4 different clubs on Instagram story between Friday night. I mean, from Friday in the afternoon to that night, I watched these motherfuckers do 4 different performances on 4 different stories. I'm like, these motherfuckers is gone. But I say all that to say, like, yo, bro, I was watching Bass Swag was paying to perform. And he's if I'm not mistaken, he's from Queens. His pops was a Kingpin, part of the Supreme team. All types of shit was going on.
Supreme
but yeah,
team,
he's all the way tuned in. Shout out to my boy Vel from Atlanta. That's his cousin. He had told me about him way back then. And we introduced us real quick, but that was like a second. And then 8 years later, boom, here it goes. Feel me? It takes time. Some people are so used to that successful in certain music where people be like, I've been rapping for 2 years and now I'm successful. I've been rapping for 6 months, or this is my first song and I'm popping. You know what I'm saying? Like it's dope when I see consistency. The cliche of consistency is key. I see that shit. Like I see that shit succeed.
It manifests.
It manifests itself, and it's like, wow, that's what they was talking about.
And real quick before we get into the topics we're going to talk about, as far as hard work and consistency, do you know how Kevin Hart got on? Do you know what Kevin Hart? So
I fake dude, but I want to hear you talk about it.
But a lot of people don't know how Kevin Hart really got his start.
Yeah.
When he first started touring, nobody knew who Kevin Hart was. Every time he did a show, this was 10 years,
late
so years
90s,
ago.
That was long ago.
This was
10 years ago. He was in his prime.
You're right. This was maybe like 20 years ago.
30 years ago.
But anytime he would perform, he would get the contact information of everybody in the audience.
God damn.
Everybody in the audience. He would get their name and their email address. So you know what that did? That built rapport. Next time he comes to town, he would tell them in an email or whatever to bring a friend or bring a friend. Ooh. So everywhere he went, he actually made connections with all his audience members.
Wow, genius.
And if you're doing enough touring, you do the math. Eventually, you're gonna crack. It's consistency. Damn. If you have the talent and you put in the work, you will get recognized and noticed. Oh, Kevin Hart's coming to town. Yeah. Oh, he was.
And when you build
he's
that
mad
rapport,
funny. Yeah, it's a
even
rapport.
if it's just 10 people that stayed after the show, because these are small comedy rooms, I'm assuming.
That's what I'm saying.
That's genius, because it's like, now you got to speak to 10 different people who feel like you know their name, they know your name on a personal basis.
And now
why wouldn't they come support you and bring a friend or two? Now you got 30 guaranteed people coming. Yeah, wow, that's genius, bro.
So
that's wild. I didn't know about that.
And who's Kevin Hart now? One of the biggest names.
One of the most successful.
One of the most recognizable faces in the world.
Yeah.
Not even America.
And one of the most successful comedians of all time.
Of all time.
Undoubtedly.
Absolutely. When it comes to success, he's absolutely on a comedy Mount Rushmore when it comes to success, especially when it comes to black comedians. He's absolutely on the Mount Rushmore as far as success is concerned. But that's how he got his start. He was humbled.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. You just brought up a topic I just thought about. I ain't gonna lie. I love Kevin Hart. But now once you said Mount Rushmore and then you said black comedian, I thought about it. Damn, there's a lot of white comedians too. Like
that's why I said
success.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Seinfeld is a billionaire. Let's never forget that.
Yeah,
that gotta count for something.
That's a fact.
I don't give a fuck for the show. But he's a billionaire somehow. That's dope.
No, that's a fact. But I'm talking, as far as success.
I think about Eddie Murphy. I'm thinking about Chris
Steve
Rock,
Harvey. Steve Harvey.
Harvey ain't close to what Kevin Hart and all them accomplished for real.
No, I'm talking about recognizable faces. You feel me? As far as success is concerned, I'm not talking about as far as actual jokes and stuff.
Because I'm thinking Adam Sandler. I'm thinking I'm thinking them kind of names. Like they big.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a conversation.
That's a conversation we need. We need to do our research.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We'll do our research and then we'll
you do have to learn the lines of the race there, because we're so easy to just talk about the people that we watch the most, but it's like, there's a lot of big motherfuckers. Of course, shout out to Richard Pryor, rest in peace to the legend, the GOAT.
But there's so we'll
talk about that. We'll talk about that. Listen, all right, let's get into the topics.
Yeah,
that was a warm up. We just went crazy. I just thought about it. We were just going natural. Hey man, the energy's here, man. Like I said, Kamal just sold me analytics, man. $250,000 views in a month. Shit, I just said $250,000 by accident, but I feel like that's what's on the way. That's
on the way. You know? OT dubs.
Okay, listen, Barstool, holla at us. Listen, we it's for the low right now, gang. You might want to come by these rights.
Listen,
we leasing them. We leasing them. We gonna lease this. You know what I'm saying? Man. So jumping right into the topics, man. We here. It's April. It's late April, so you know what time it is. The NBA playoffs have officially started.
Yes, they have.
Ever since 420. You know what I'm saying? It was in Colombia at first. We got here, and shit's been turning up.
Oh, yeah. This first round has been absolutely crazy.
You know me. I am Kevin Durant king. Fuck Kevin Durant. So nothing made me happier than watching them get swept in the first fucking round.
Yo, bro.
Let's talk about it.
That was...
The Phoenix Suns get swept by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first fucking round. Is this your king? That's what I need to know. Is this your king, bro? Because people talk about Kevin Durant like he's a top 10 greatest of all time, and I don't want to fucking hear it, bro. Time and time again, he shows us that he's not that guy.
Listen.
He's not that guy, buddy. Sorry. He's not that guy. He's on his 18th super team, not that guy.
Legit, 18th super team.
Listen, Soriano, Steven, I know where you at right now. You watching this, and you know this shit is blowing your mind right now. Your man's got knocked out in the first round, gang. It's over for that. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, but he's the greatest shooter. He's 7 feet. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Your man's is a fucking bum. I don't want to hear that shit no more. What was LeBron doing at 35, 36? Winning the chip with the Lakers? Stop fucking playing with my son, man.
See, nah, it's crazy how it's very embarrassing. Man.
It's embarrassing. It is, bro.
And if you think about it, they invested so much into this team. They don't have a first or second round pick till like 2030.
Yo, bro, let's talk about it, bro. They got rid of Chris Paul, who took them to the finals, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
To go get Bradley Beal and get swept in the first round.
And not only that, they don't have a point guard.
Ain't that about a bitch?
They had no point guard. Their
Ain't that
offense
about
had
a bitch? You went and got rid of the team leader, went and got some unleadering ass niggas like Kevin Durant, who never led shit, and went and lost in the first round. That has to be the biggest L I've seen all season. I've seen it in a while. That's what you call a fucking L, okay? Now, the Lakers might be down bad, and but listen, anything's better than getting swept in the first round if you just invested their next 6 years of draft capital to go get some motherfucker that averages 40, that can get you 48 a night, and then you went out in the first round, bro. It's fucking sad.
And not only that, apparently, Kevin Durant was having pushback and stuff with the flow of the offense or whatever, and it seems to be the same tune wherever he goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. He held Brooklyn hostage.
Yep.
Literally.
Talk about it.
He is the king of the super teams.
Gang.
He's never been on a team that hasn't been a super team.
Basically.
No.
I'm saying, but that was his first couple years as they were developing. You're right.
He's never been on and
literally,
I don't know if he'll ever.
He's never not been on a super team.
I don't know if he'll ever beat the Steph Curry allegations. You take them. It take the years where he rolled Steph Curry's coattails. What would his career be? I think personally, he's a better player than Steph Curry, but Steph Curry would be a greater player all time than him. Absolutely.
Yeah, listen.
Absolutely.
Man. What I do know is that young man Kevin Durant has not been to a conference final since what, 2019? Yo, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. My son LeBron ain't never went 5 years without going to the conference finals. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm going to take that back, though. He was injured for like a year, damn near 2. So regardless, though, he's a fucking scrub. Fuck Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant, listen, this is not personal. Off the court, I know you're an amazing human being. Brush your fucking head and go get you a fucking chip, and I'll stop talking shit.
And in reality, people want to talk about the metrics, the size, the shooting ability, but we rarely talk about the utter meltdowns as he's had in the finals. You know what I mean?
Come on, bro. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. So. I didn't see them getting swept. I don't think anybody saw them getting swept.
I didn't see them getting swept. Bro. It's about the matchups though. You got really bad. Like the Lakers got fucked over getting the Nuggets in the first round.
Yeah,
that's what the fuck you don't want to see. Nuggets is the Lakers killer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, it's a lot of crazy shit going on. Like shout out to Jalen Brunson, my son, 5'10", running around with the New York Knicks, dropping 47 in Philly,
which is a Knicks franchise record,
bro. Shout out to Jalen Brunson, especially because he's from over here. He's from a hometown, so it's like it's dope to see the Knicks is getting a superstar. I was watching it in commercials now, and it's like, yo, bro, Jalen Brunson was now, I don't want to say he was nobody because he went to Villanova, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying?
They won a national
Josh
chip.
Hart, they won a national chip. But that don't mean shit in NCAA into the NBA. Like just because you won a chip don't mean shit. Who from Texas Tech from a couple years ago is in the NBA? I don't even fucking know.
I don't know.
Is anybody from Texas Tech? They won a chip in 2021, 2022?
Yeah, that was recent.
Who the fuck is in the NBA from Texas Tech? See, like when it comes to basketball, that NCAA, whoever wins the chip really don't mean shit. It's not like football. Football, if you win the national title in football, there's about 10. At least 5 of y'all going to the NBA getting drafted. Probably another 5 that's going in undrafted free agents. Literally,
Michigan had like 15 draft picks.
Alabama got 15 motherfuckers in the first 2 rounds every year. Literally. So it's like that's the big difference when it comes to like basketball and football. I feel like when it comes to college, like you know who's going to the NFL. NBA, I can't tell you. A motherfucker in the NCAA can average 30 and he ain't going to the NBA. Shout out to my boy Miles Powell, you know what I'm saying? Killing it in the Philippines, going crazy. I feel so disrespected the fact that he didn't get on the, I mean, he went to the Knicks, he got on the roster,
he was on the roster,
but they fronted on my son. He's in the Philippines making millions. It don't matter. But it bothers me. It really fucking bothers me because you about to tell me Miles Powell, yeah, he might be 6 feet flat. You telling me he can't ball in the NBA? You telling me he's not better than somebody? He's not better than Pat Beverly? Like, come on, bro. Like, shout out to Pat Bev. He's a defender. I ain't trying to down talk him, but it's like, obviously they do different things. But you gonna tell me Miles Powell can't do what Jalen Brunson's doing? That's what you mean to tell me?
Nah, Jalen Brunson's cold.
Jalen Brunson's cold. But you about to tell, bro? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm bugging. You know, you more of a sport. You're analytically way more educated than me, especially when it comes to basketball. You know way more than me. But you about to tell me Miles Powell couldn't be doing this?
I don't know, man.
Hey, man, I think his time's coming. I think he'll be back. He'll be back. I hope. Brandon Jennings style. He'll come back. Turn up the NBA one time. I got a feeling. I'll manifest that for you, gang. Keep going crazy in the Philippines. I see you in Manila, man. But yeah, I just think it's kind of crazy, like to see Jalen Brunson going, wow, 47 in Philly. They up
the hostile environment.
3-1 on the Sixers. Who the fuck saw the Knicks going up 3-1 on anybody?
No, they're the number 2 seed. Like how?
Yeah, did OKC take out the Pelicans already? Yeah, they swept the Pelicans
last night.
Listen, man, I don't know that the Timberwolves.
There's a nice young
scary.
teams. They're a nice young team. It's Timberwolves Nuggets now.
I want to hear your prediction. Timberwolves Nuggets. Tell me your prediction. Barring injury.
Barring injury, man, they both have firepower on their team, but I mean, I gotta go with the Nuggets in their experience.
You go with the Nuggets. Honestly,
I gotta go with the Nuggets.
The Timberwolves then turned into the New Jersey travel team. So I'm going with the home team. You know what I'm saying? Listen, shout out to the Timberwolves. Shout out to my boy Kyle Slow Mo. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. But matter of fact, shout out to all the other Jersey people first. Shout out to Kyle Slow Mo. Shout out to Nas Reed. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns, the most Dominican, non-Dominican motherfucker in the world, because that name is not Dominican at all. But shout out to Delo Meal. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Big shout out.
Linden, Asbury Park, North Bergen. Shout out to all 3 of them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely rooting for the
It's Timberwolves game. It's Timberwolves game. Anthony Edwards, you're an honourary New Jerseyan just because you on that team. Respectfully, everybody. Man. Mike Conley, you've been in the NBA for 17 years. Shout out to Mike Conley.
He's been in the NBA for a while. But the thing about the Timberwolves, they have length. No Diddy. Which could
yeah, that was crazy.
which could definitely disrupt what the Nuggets want to do. But damn, I lost my whole train of thought.
Now you just saying that the Timberwolves have length. We were still discussing the NBA players because I'm interested, bro. You see all these young talents coming going crazy.
There's a lot of young and talented teams who are hungry, who are we're definitely seeing a changing of the guard for real.
We're watching the seats change.
We're watching it. And
the old heads are getting washed out. And the youngins are wilding.
And I want to talk about there's players like Jamal Murray, man, which is unbelievable. He has no All-Stars, no regular season accolades.
He hasn't been to an All-Star game yet?
No.
What?
No regular season accolades. But when it comes to the playoffs, man, some people are just play better in big games.
Yeah, I see Jamal Murray in the bubble. I never forgot his name from there.
That's what I'm saying.
He's giving motherfuckers 40 in the bubble, respectfully.
He has, I think the stat is 50-point playoff games or something like that. He only trails like Wilt and MJ from some stat.
Fucking ridiculous.
But never made an All-Star game, never had any regular season accolades. There's certain players that elevate their games.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
LeBron James.
Yeah, there's certain players that elevate their games, and then there's certain players that go the opposite way. Yeah, and it's really
James Harden. You got Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? They go the other way when it comes to the playoffs. I'm gonna put that on Kevin Durant. I'm not gonna. He'll have like one meltdown, but that'd be the important game. Important game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing with James. James will have a meltdown or two. He's normally pretty good. But
Melo, it was always.
You feel me? Like somebody like Melo, somebody like T-Mac. A regular season merchant. There's a lot of regular season merchants, but that's okay. You feel me?
Yeah, man. It is insane to see how this shit is going, but I'm loving it. I want to who you got for the finals. Just overall, who you got for the finals?
I got Celtics.
Last year was who? Celtics Nuggets?
Yeah.
Okay,
Celtics. I got a rematch.
I had a feeling you were about to say that. That's why I had to ask real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. I got a rematch.
Hey, I'm going Timberwolves. I want Timberwolves. Okay. That's cool. I want to win. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with nothing but my heart. I'm going emotional right now.
Okay, no,
I'm going Timberwolves.
Okay, T-Wolves. Listen. I would love for them. I would love for OKC. I would love for Dallas.
Yeah, the NBA is fucked up right now. I just thought about it. They keep the championship teams going to these random middle of the country ass markets. Like you had the Nuggets in the middle of Denver, Colorado, and then you had the Milwaukee Bucks, not too far from Denver, Colorado. Like what the fuck? And now you're talking about possibly the Minnesota Timberwolves for real, gang? What the fuck? That is not who you want to win.
This is their third series they've ever won in franchise history.
Wow, that's crazy. So. That's crazy. Listen,
something like that.
NBA, y'all better rig this shit. Bring them chips back to them big Eastern Seaboard cities or Western Seaboard cities because y'all are fucking up. Don't let this shit happen again. You know what's funny? Go get you a chip, please.
You want them to rig it just how they rigged the draft lottery last year. They saw that Wemby was going to New Orleans. I mean to the Hornets, and they were like, no, thank you. Charlotte, they were like, no, thank you, Spurs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy because San Antonio deadass has like about 1 million. I think 1.1 million people in it still. Like San Antonio is actually pretty big. You'd be surprised.
But I'm talking about as far as basketball lineage.
Right.
You thought there was about the probably the greatest prospect of all, one of the greatest prospects of all time. You thought they was about to go to Charlotte?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
Adam Silver was like, San Antonio.
The NBA, I seen them motherfuckers do some gangster shit with. I'll never forget that when Chris Paul was supposed to go to the Lakers, and the commissioner was like, we're not doing that. He was like, no. We're not doing that. Like, I didn't even know you could do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's because they had ownership. The league has something to do with the owner.
Yeah, but I mean, so we've got to segue into the NFL because the draft just happened.
Oh,
history has been made. You know what I'm saying? It's the third time, I think. It's only been the third time that there's, I believe it was, 6 quarterbacks got drafted in the first.
I think this was the first time.
First time 6 quarterbacks drafted in the first round, and all of them were top 12 picks.
Yeah.
Insane.
And it was the longest streak of consecutive offensive players without a defensive player.
Bro, they went 15 picks straight before they even had a defensive player come off the board. That is insane for people who don't understand that at home.
We don't see that ever.
You'll never see that because usually there's these like super athletic, at least an edge rusher or a cornerback, somebody out there that'll be able to sneak into that top 5, almost guaranteed. There's always some scout combine fucking superstar that's 6'5", 260, runs a 4.4 flat with a 40-inch vertical, some crazy broad jump, and we didn't have any of that this year. It was kind of crazy because history will show that there will be a generational talent that comes out of this draft, whether it be in the first, second, third, 5th round, 8th, 7th. Well, there's no 8th round, 7th round. There will be a generational talent that comes out defensively. We're going to see because, the drafting is not a perfect science. You never know what's going to happen. There's always a whole lot of fucking busts. Busts being people that pan out to not be shit. That'll be in the league for 12 months.
Who don't live up to that.
And then there'll be a 7th rounder that's in the league for the next 12 years. Shout out to Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant of 2 years ago.
Yep, and now he's going to be the standard for the future Mr. Relevant. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, he's that guy. But, I mean, we talk about the draft, man. Number one, the Chicago Bears go and get Caleb Williams. There was no secret in that.
Absolutely, yeah. That was absolutely right pick.
Listen, I knew it was the right pick when I see him do the whole scouting combine off season with no shape up. Once I see, listen, you got a young brother, 22, that's a millionaire, and he ain't getting a shape up.
In L.A.
That boy focused.
In L.A.
That boy he stopped paying his nails for a couple weeks. For a couple months. He stopped all the fuck shit. He said, "Listen, we locked in right now." I said, "Listen, that's who you invest your franchise in."
Bro,
that young man right there.
And not only that, the Bears got Rome Odunze.
Bro,
they have 3 number ones,
which is easily a top 3 receiver in this draft.
No. It was a big 3, and then it was everybody else.
Yeah, right.
Like he is
it's him. It was Malik Neighbors,
and Marvin
Harrison Jr. of course, and Romeo Odunze.
Yeah. And the Bear, Caleb Williams is, depending on how the O-line looks, he's set up. They have 3 number 1 receivers. Don't forget, they just got Keenan Allen.
Yes, I trust me.
They got Keenan Allen, they got DJ Moore, and now they got Romeo Odunze.
Mind you, who's their tight end? Fuck, they had
Cole Kmet.
Yeah, Cole Kmet underrated, dog.
I agree.
Cole Kmet is like that.
They just got DeAndre Swift, I think.
Oh my God, they did. Yes, they do.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck you mean? It's fucking lit. Chicago, you might have something. You know, Chicago's never had a 4,000 yard passer. I knew you know that. That's really for the audience.
In over 100 years.
In over 100 years. One of the most historic franchises in the NFL.
Never had a 4,000
yard passer. Literally one of the most historic, one of the great, one of the biggest franchises in the NFL, one of the biggest markets in America.
One of the first.
The third biggest city in America.
One of the first franchises.
Yeah, one of the first franchises.
Never had a 4,000 yard passer. So Caleb,
it is your time to shine.
It's your time to shine. Now, I don't know how much you followed the draft or anything. Did you have was there any pick that was a surprise to you?
I mean, for sure, the number 8 to Atlanta Falcons, Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
Shout out to Michael Penix Jr. And that name is hilarious. Penix is funny when I say Penix. Shout out to Michael Penix Jr. You know what I'm saying? Got drafted to the Atlanta Falcons. Listen, the Atlanta drafts another black quarterback named Michael that's left-handed. Shit was hilarious. I'm like, what are the fucking odds of this shit?
Who has a silky on?
Yeah, my son got drafted with the silky on. Listen, Michael Penix, shout out to him. Me and him might be the same age at this point. Michael Penix was in college. He was playing in NCAA. I think he's 24.
He's like 24, 25.
It's hilarious because he's actually older than like 10 fucking quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he is.
Like starting quarterbacks.
That's how it be.
Like he's older than like fucking Sam Darnold.
I think he's the same age as Justin Fields.
He's older than Zach Wilson.
Justin Fields like 25. They're around the same age.
It's him and Michael Pitt, and Bo Nix. Shout out to Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix is old too.
Denver Broncos. They both like 24, turning 25 coming into their rookie year. And the thing is, Michael Penix ain't going to even start for the next presumably at least another year or two, barring injury.
Now, listen, that was a very surprise pick, but personally, I see the vision.
I see the vision for sure.
Coming into the draft, I had him over J.J. McCarthy. Personally, I'm not a believer of J.J. McCarthy. Me neither. And he went off the board before J.J. And not only that, so they're trying to do what the Packers have been doing in their formula with picking quarterbacks.
Exactly.
It was because
sit them down, let them get in.
Even when they had Brett Favre, they picked Aaron Rodgers. Everybody was like, "What are you doing?" When they had Aaron Rodgers,
Rodgers sat for like 3 years.
Jordan Love.
Yeah.
When they picked Jordan Love, everyone could have sworn they were going receiver. Yeah. No, they pick another quarterback for their future. So I see the vision. He throws darts. He's extremely accurate, and I definitely see the vision. It's not one of the most popular picks, but at the end of the day, the Falcons have their offense is loaded in general.
And why I say that there was a surprise too, I didn't even mean to explain. I say it's a surprise because they had just signed Kirk Cousins for a guaranteed $100 million for the next 2 seasons. Yeah. He's guaranteed to be starting. That's why I'm like, they went and drafted Michael Penix Jr. But like you said, I see the vision for sure. I see the vision.
Absolutely.
And Atlanta is loaded with talent.
That's why,
offensively.
That's what I'm saying.
They could have went defensive player, but when it comes to quarterbacks,
if that's your guy, if your guy is there now, it's a high risk, high reward. Because now, listen. Let's say if we look at the Packers situation, let's say Aaron Rodgers didn't pan out. Let's say Jordan Love didn't pan out. That means you wasted a first-round pick in all these years cultivating somebody who didn't work out. You know what I mean? It's high risk, high reward. Yeah. If that's your guy's there, go and get him. Kirk Cousins. At the end of the day, Kirk Cousins is also coming from an Achilles injury. Yeah. How's he gonna come back off that Achilles injury? Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
and it's also like the idea of all right, you got Kirk Cousins. He's probably gonna start for 2 years, but you got Michael Pierce sitting back, and he was the 8th pick. You don't expect to be picking that high in the draft again when you go and get a quarterback like Kirk Cousins to come feed this offense that you know has a talent. So it's like they're assuming they're probably not going to be picking until the late 20s, hopefully the 32nd pick in the draft, because that means that you're in the Super Bowl. So it's like, all right, if we only got 2 years of a healthy Kirk Cousins, maybe 3. I think they signed him to a 4-year deal, $180 million, about $45 million a year. It's like, okay, let's build for the next. You know, if we're expecting to be in the playoffs, we're not going to be picking top 10 again. We got to get a quarterback right now. So I can't say it was too surprising, but at the same time, because I see the vision, but it was surprising just because, like, hey, man, I feel like there was a lot of doubt in Michael Penix getting drafted even in the first round for real. Prior to the draft, I wasn't hearing a lot about him being a first round.
And the thing is, everyone would talk about his injury history. Well, he's been healthy his last 2 seasons.
But he done tore 2 ACLs in college, which is kind of crazy, and being 25. But, you know, luckily quarterback's the one of the best aging positions in the NFL as far as who gets to play the longest is kickers, punters, and quarterbacks. That's it.
And like,
left tackles.
All right, he's 24 now. You know, if there's another quarterback that's 21, like, is 3 years, is the age 27 a big difference from age 30 as a quarterback? Is 33 the same big difference at age 30?
Yeah, if he gets to start by 26, he got 10 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to quarterback, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Now, do you have a draft steal, or do you have you looked into it at all or anything? A draft
steal. I'm not too sure about draft steal, but what I do want to say is shout out to my guy Cooper DeJean. Listen, we got another white cornerback in the NFL game.
Yeah,
we haven't seen this shit since Jason Steinhorn. That's a presumable starter. Definitely gonna be getting some PT.
No, he's absolutely starting.
Hey, they had him ranked as the number 1 DB. I mean, a cornerback coming out this draft. A lot of draft boards had him at number 1. You know what I'm saying? They still ended
Quinion.
Quinn, what's his name?
Quinion Mitchell.
Quinion Mitchell. Yeah, he ended up getting drafted before him, but still.
And they both went to Eagles.
Right, and they both went to the Eagles. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
the Eagles went and drafted 2 DBs?
Yeah.
They're not playing with the Chiefs.
They're not playing.
Draft steal of the year. Matter of fact, my draft steal, the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, what was the receiver they just drafted? The receiver they just drafted ran the fastest 40 ever.
Out of Texas.
What's the Kansas City Chiefs went and traded with the Buffalo Bills to move up in the draft to go get the fastest receiver of all time. They went and got listen, you want to see Tyreek Hill 2.0?
He's literally about to be Deshaun Jackson.
And I don't want to disrespect Tyreek Hill because I don't even know who this kid is for real. Like, I don't know if I hope you're looking up his name because I want to shout him out. But listen, with Patrick Mahomes at the helm, and you got a motherfucker who ran a 4.2, what was it, 4.22? 4.21? Bro.
He ran a 4.22.
Yeah, 4.22, right? Because probably had John Ross ran 4.23. Xavier Worthy. Oh my God!
I ain't gonna lie,
you got the strongest arm in the NFL with a 4.22 speed receiver.
You literally just replaced Tyreek.
Let's play that backyard bullshit. Go long.
On paper.
Who's keeping up with him? Nobody. Yeah. Go long.
He ran a
Xavier Worthy. I'm praying. Make sure you have good health gain. We about to have a field day.
A lot of people were surprised he went over Adonai Mitchell, but that 40 time.
Hey, that 40 time, you know, shout out to Al Davis. He taught you something, man. You got that speed, you gonna get this check, gang.
They really on paper it was a no-brainer.
On paper, no-brainer.
Especially with how their receiving core has been looking.
Yeah, man. It's do you have a draft still of the draft?
Yeah, but unbiased.
Oh, here you go. Unbiased. He's about to talk about the Steelers, y'all.
Listen.
Go ahead. Yeah, you know what I'm here for. I'm a fan too.
Peyton Wilson.
Okay.
Peyton Wilson.
Who's that?
3rd round, 98th overall. Out of NC State.
Talk about it. Wolfpack.
Yes. Now watching his tape, looking at his stats, I did a lot of research after he got drafted.
Yeah.
A lot of people had him as the best linebacker in the draft.
Yo, bro, no. I don't think there was a linebacker drafted. In the first round.
Yeah.
Not inside linebacker.
Yeah. Out of Alabama. I think.
Don't let me cut you off on my dumb shit. What's his name?
Peyton Wilson.
Peyton Wilson.
The only reason why he fell is because he had injury history. He does. Long story short, he doesn't have an ACL.
Damn.
But you know who else? Another 3rd round pick they had that never had an ACL.
Talk about it.
Hines Ward.
Oof.
But he dropped because of his injury status. But he's 6'2", 240, ran a 4.4.
With no ACLs?
No ACL.
Oh, nah. Imagine with the ACLs.
And the production, he had like over 200 tackles his last 2 years, bro. His tape is sick. Yeah. One of the best cover corners. I mean, one of the best cover linebackers.
Yeah. And to join, you coming
Patrick
in
Queen.
To join TJ Watt.
And Patrick Queen.
We going back to that steel curtain, that linebacker core. We always had a solid linebacker core.
A lot of people had him in their top 30 as far as big board, but he fell because of injury. They got him at 98. So
yeah. Well, when I say that Xavier Worthy to me was the draft steal, it's because specifically the Chiefs traded with the Buffalo Bills, who's their AFC rival. You know we're gonna probably run into y'all in the play. At least that's the plan. The Bills got rid of Stephon Diggs, didn't draft a first round receiver in a draft that's loaded with receivers, and you got rid of your number one, and then you let your number one rival go and draft the fastest motherfucker ever, literally.
Nah, they just took Keon Coleman though.
Was he in the first round?
Early, he was the first pick of the second round.
Okay,
you feel me?
Like,
they traded back, and then they traded back, and then they're
still didn't get a first round receiver. If you ask me, but I mean, you get your value picks, all that and that. In NFL news too, we gotta stay here. Did you hear about my boy Tank Dell getting shot?
Yeah, man. For those who don't know, Tank Dell was a rookie receiver last year who
fucking
really put
balling.
on.
Tank Dell made me a lot of money last year.
Me too.
Listen. Tank Dell for them 2 to 3 receptions, it was hitting fucking year.
He was on my
Tank Dell for 3 receptions was busting all year on FanDuel.
He was on my fantasy team till he got injured, but not here nor there. So he was at a pool party.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting shot with literally like 10 other people got shot.
Yeah, mad people got shot. Nigga aired out the whole party and
he was
nobody got hurt.
Only 16 years old.
Yes. 16-year-old shooter was the assailant, and it's definitely crashed out.
But man, but they say he's I don't know where he got shot. They didn't report it, but they say he's gonna make a full. He's slated to make a full recovery, which is amazing.
They said it was a minor injury. It was like a leg shot,
like a flesh wound or
whatever. He was out the same day, if I'm not mistaken. But it's really scary though, because we speak on it. It was a flesh wound, it was a leg shot, and people always like, oh, leg shot, he'd be okay. But let's not forget, man, rest in peace, Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor,
Miami U GOAT. Shout out to the Washington Redskins. You know what I'm saying, Sean Taylor. Man, that's one of the most tragic stories in the NFL, because that's one of the what if stories. Like, easily one of the most talented safeties we've ever seen.
So for those who don't know his story, long story short, Sean Taylor was one of the premier safeties in the league. He was for the Washington Redskins at the time. There was a home invasion. He got shot in the leg, but he got shot in the biggest artery in your leg.
Yep.
He ended up bleeding out. And they say if the bullet would have landed like 2 millimeters over, he would have been okay.
Would have been a flesh wound, just like Tank Dell.
But it's crazy, man. I hope everybody's all right after the shooting, and it just shows like Tank Dell. You just got to be more wary of your surroundings and where you spend your time now.
Especially when you're a fucking millionaire, soon to be bajillionaire. Like, bro, you gotta know better. Like, why are you even at a party where there's 16-year-olds? Like, I mean, I don't know the whole story. It might have been a family.
I don't know the whole story.
I don't know the whole story, so I don't want to down talk it too much.
Nah, me neither.
Come on, gang. Like, that's what we not doing. Is you can't be at the party getting shot. Thank God he's okay though. Prayers up, speedy recovery to everybody that was shot and injured in that incident. But Tank Dell, we looking forward to you making a speedy recovery and balling out. Y'all got C.J. Stroud, Stephon Diggs. I don't know how they're gonna spread the ball that much. C.J. Stroud might have 6,000 passing yards. They got 40 receivers over there. That's balling.
Speaking of, we mentioned the Bears and the Texans. I feel like trios. Those two teams have the best as far as wide receivers.
Texans got 4 receivers.
Trios.
Because Noah Brown was balling last year. Noah Brown. Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to Piscataway.
Noah Brown was balling last year.
Noah Brown was balling last year.
And they got Tank Dell, and then they got Nico Collins.
That's what I'm saying. Nico Collins is their number one. Then you have Stephon Diggs, who's another number one. Then you got Tank Dell, who was balling like a number one. And then you got Noah Brown, who was a solid slot, for sure slot.
So as far as teams, like now, there are probably teams in the league that have a better duo, but as far as trios, I think those are top.
Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs is a hell of a duo, bro. Nico Collins had like,
but but I'm saying between the Bears and the Texans are the top two teams with trios.
Yeah, trios. Yeah, I give it. But I'm saying name a better duo right now than Stephon Diggs and Nico Collins, even though we haven't seen them ball together.
Jamar Chase and T Higgins, Tyreek Hill,
Jamar Chase, T Higgins,
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
I want to know if
AJ Brown and Smitty.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm hearing. I want to hear it.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm thinking like who's gonna be better because I mean we'll see.
Rome and DJ Moore or Rome and Keenan Allen.
So you haven't seen that yet. So, but I'm looking.
But in reality, Nico Collins broke out last year. Feel me?
Yeah.
That was just 1 year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we'll see what happens this year. Tank that was just 1 year.
And don't get me wrong, I love Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, but both of them motherfuckers is under 5'10".
But that has not mattered.
That has to
not
matter. What do you mean? That has to matter.
No, that hasn't mattered as far as production. They
you
still
are right,
most.
No, you're right though. You're right.
That does not matter.
You're 100% right on that. But I don't know, man.
If you can't stay in front of them, it doesn't matter.
It really don't.
If you 5'10".
It really don't.
Waddling in the end zone.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Like, that dude is disgusting.
That's
really a Madden team. That's what I'm saying. Everybody on that team is 98 speed.
You can't.
Raheem Mostert, fucking. Who's the other running back?
Oh my God, what's his name? Achan.
Yeah, exactly. Achan. Oh my God, that team is disgusting.
You can't cover both. You can't shade both of them over the top. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, not at all.
So yeah. We'll see what happens though. It's been it was a crazy draft, and only time will tell. And let's go Steelers. Best draft this year.
Yeah,
Steelers.
no, we got some shit going on with the Steelers right now.
2 A+ drafts in a row. Omar, the con artist, baby. Omar Khan is out here cooking,
the con artist
cooking, souffling. But y'all gonna see.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this season's gonna be like. Shit is around the corner. This and college football is coming up. Yo, I'm ecstatic right now. I'm not gonna lie. You know how I get. Once football's in the air, I'm hyped.
It'll be here before you know it. But I want to enjoy my summer, of course. But football season will be here before you know it. But in other news, so
let's talk about it.
We still have no response from Kendrick yet. So is he bowing out? You think he conceded, or you think?
Are you crazy?
The ball's been his court. We waiting. Feel me? He got hit with 2 haymakers already. Feel me? He got hit with the drop down and give me 50, and then you got the Tupac and the Snoop Dogg.
Taylor, it's called like Taylor made or something.
Yeah. I mean, he got hit with 2 haymakers. The ball in his court. Like we waiting. Kendrick, what's going on now?
On behalf of PG Lang and the Kendrick Lamar Association, let me explain to you what's going on right now. This is what you call chess. Okay, we're not gonna fuck around. Okay. Kendrick threw the slightest little jab, Drake comes back with what we consider a haymaker. But let me not down talk what Drake is capable of. Drake got some shit at the top.
Oh, of course. He said it in the
Last time he beefed with Meek Mill, don't forget he dropped 2 diss tracks too. He did this. He did Charged Up and then Back to Back. Gave us some shit. Cool. Drake got some shit in the top. Don't get it twisted. Remember Pearl Harbor? Remember Japan pulled up and did some funny shit December 12th or some shit like that, 1940 something. Remember that? And then what America do?
Oppenheimer was cooking up.
What America do? Dropped a nuke on their ass. You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect to Japan, but y'all know what y'all did. Feel me? Them niggas been acting right ever since. They've been drawing Dragon Ball Z and Hello Kitty ever since, right? Now let's talk about it. You know what the fuck's gonna happen when Kendrick drops bombs on this bitch? Listen. I'm trying to tell you something. Don't you fucking worry. The GOAT will be here. Lyrically, can't nobody fuck with Kendrick. When he's gonna come out with, bro,
I agree.
We're gonna be able to stop talking. And because when he drops this nuke, there's another one coming. I'm telling you. Just wait, because he's gonna drop a nuke. They're gonna go nuke for nuke. Don't get me wrong. Kendrick's gonna drop a nuke. Drake's gonna drop a nuke. Kendrick's gonna cover some shit that's gonna end the galaxy, motherfucker. Like I'm telling you, he gonna. I'm just saying. Give us some time.
Speaking of, how do you feel about TaylorMade and the whole use of AI that Drake was doing? How do you feel about that? You probably ain't hear the song, did you?
You know me. I seen the Cliff Notes.
You talking about some Cliff Notes from a song?
I did hear a lot of snippets.
So how do you feel about that? Do you feel any type of ways? Like, you feel me?
I mean, I've been hearing a lot of people upset about his use of AI. Like, I don't use Tupac and Snoop voices in AI or whatever. But like, honestly, I don't mind it. I think it all is fair in love and war. If you're gonna use West Coast legends to come at a West Coast artist, why not? Fuck it, piss them off. That's what you should do. It's love and war. It's not like there's real street beef going on here. Fuck it, go crazy. How do you feel about it?
I feel that, but I think it's disrespectful, bro.
It's disrespectful to who?
As far as Tupac, you feel me? You gonna use a dead man?
Using a dead man for sure.
Like, you feel me? And like, you using a dead man to troll, like, you know, I mean, like, there's no way his estate approved that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now Snoop, I have no problem with it. If Snoop okayed it, I have no problem with it. Like the song was cool. The song was funny. It's really, he's really trolling.
Right.
But as far as
like,
the
you
use
not
of
gonna do nothing to this light skinned nigga.
Like the as far as use of a dead man, I think that crosses the line. I think that crosses the line.
What I think is going on.
I personally think that crosses the line.
Yeah.
But it was as far as the track and everything. Like I'm cool with everything else, but now using the dead man to troll, like especially a West Coast legend, like you feel me?
Yeah, no, I understand that for sure. But keep in mind, "To Pimp a Butterfly" by Kendrick Lamar, he had a continuous Tupac Shakur, like. It was like a monologue going on the entire album.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, after every song, he had a little skit of Tupac, which is obviously posthumous Tupac after he passed. So I think Kendrick is also, Drake is playing on that. Like, oh, you want to use the Tupac voice on your album? I'm going to troll you with a Tupac voice on this shit right here.
But I know he got permission for that.
Of course,
you know what I mean? I understand the trolling aspect.
It is to piss him off, though.
Yes, of course. Listen,
I see what you're saying, morally, it's a little off.
I have no problem, like, the song, I like the song, and it did a good job. Like, it's funny, but at the end of the day, I think that's a little disrespectful.
Hey, man, listen.
Personally, using a dead man's voice.
I 100% feel that, but I don't think his meme was to disrespect Tupac. I don't think that was.
But it's not about what you mean that was. It's not about the intent. It's about the.
It's about what actually did happen. Okay.
You feel me?
But either way, man, I think it's about to get lit. I suggest everybody strap in.
I agree.
Get ready.
I listen. I think Kendrick's gonna respond. The ball's in his court. We just waiting on it. But on the off chance he doesn't,
he's for sure responding.
I agree with
he's
you.
For sure
responding. But I'm saying on the off chance he doesn't, I think that no response would be worse than J. Cole's apology.
For sure.
Absolutely worse than J. Cole actually apologizing.
Yeah.
So Kendrick has to respond. I think he's going to. But if he doesn't and he acts like nothing ever happened, I don't think he'll be able to recover. Well, musically he'll be fine, but I'm talking about as far as the culture's concerned and everything. Like, damn, that'd be a horrible L.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's definitely not gonna go to that just because like nothing's really been, no lines have really been crossed. Like when it came to like the Drake and Pusha T beef, like once Pusha T brought out the fact that Drake had a son, people underestimate how like crazy that really was,
bro.
Because it wasn't just the fact that he exposed some shit that he got exposed, cool, bro. He fucked up a multi-million-dollar endorsement deal from Adidas with that.
I didn't know that.
Adonis was like the revealing of Adonis was supposed. Adonis is Drake's son. For people who don't know.
Yeah.
That revealing was supposed to be part of an Adidas campaign. Like that whole rollout got thrashed, which is also how a lot of like Pusha T knew a lot about this because guess who else is part of Adidas, especially in 2018, Kanye West. Who was like damn near the head of Adidas at that time as far as the like, fashion? Kanye West. Who knows everything about what Adidas is trying to plan and roll out? Who would know about another multi-million-dollar deal is being made? Kanye West. Who's Kanye West's right-hand man? It's like good music. Pusha T. Of course.
And that's why
millions of dollars. So
Drake and Kanye have been hating each other forever.
Right. And I say that to say that's why Drake didn't even respond because that's when the line got crossed. Yo, bro, you cost me multi-millions. We're not talking about 3, 4, 5 million. Drake is involved. We talking tens of millions, possibly hundreds of millions.
I also heard. Yeah. I don't know if this is true. I also heard that Drake's team was hitting the streets and trying to pay people for dirt on
K-Dot?
No,
Pusha T.
On Pusha T.
Yeah.
And apparently they didn't get any feedback. They ain't get anything back. So I don't know if necessarily the reason why he didn't respond back was because of that, or he didn't really have it. You feel me?
Listen, Drake's creative enough, lyrically enough. He has a team of writers. However the fuck he makes this music, I'm sure he could have responded if he wanted to. A line got crossed, but he talked about his man's. Shout out to 40. He talked about his disease and how your man's got a couple years to live. He talked about
he was talking crazy.
Like you hiding your world from the kid, like your kid from the world.
We could say that I agree that's crossing the line, but we can't act like Drake didn't mention Kendrick's wife and talking about how his wife was fucking his bodyguard. Talking about crossing lines. Yeah, that's crazy. You feel me?
It is, but like
I'm not.
That could be skeptical, and that could be kind of like, he's just saying that. You really had a son you was hiding from the world.
But no, but apparently, allegedly, she really had an affair.
Yeah. But once again, alleged. But you see how this isn't. You can't consider this you can't call it a fact.
Well, we don't know. Well, we can't, of course. Well,
we can 100% call.
You know, had a kid.
That he had a kid.
That definitely had a kid.
100%. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
We got tests to prove that. That's a fact.
But I'm saying like Kendrick, you talk about.
And also, fact, you ruined millions of dollars. And ever since that, that's Drake linked up with Nike, and then Nike knocked her. Adidas shit is out the way.
That's the only
checks over stripes. That's what I like.
Yeah, that's what
it's beyond just fuck. Yeah, it was like, yo, fuck Adidas too, because y'all everything got bodied after that.
Yeah, but that's probably as far as we talk about heavyweight fights and records and everything. Drake probably had. Oh, we'll get into that next. Drake probably had 3 like beefs right now. He only has 1 L, which is Pusha. Yeah. You feel me? He got 1 L. He got 1 double with Meek. Feel me? Everybody know that. And feel me? This is
Drake Sneaky has the greatest diss track of all time. And I was just talking about before the cameras were. I was talking about. I remember when I was a kid, Ether came out, and I remember hearing that shit everywhere. But I'm not gonna lie, back to back was so lethal. He had to promise not to perform it no more. He had to promise not to perform it no more. He'll never play that song again. He had to promise not to no more. He like, I can't even do this to my mans. Like, this is my mans. We done made songs after this. We cool again. Yo, bro, greatest diss track of all time. Like, as much as I love everything about hip hop, and there's plenty of diss tracks, talking about back to the KRS One Days, Bridges Over. I understand that. Greatest diss track of all time has to be back to back. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga went platinum, made it into a club hit. Like, come on, son.
Okay, I see that.
Is that a world tour or your girls tour? I'm still mad about that
Twitter
shit.
Fingers.
I'm still mad about that shit. Like, why you did that to my mans? Milford, don't you fucking worry. Now, you got smoke, but it's all good, gang. We still love you.
Okay.
I know we got to get to a couple more topics.
Greatest diss track of all time. All right, I want to revisit that.
Yeah.
But speaking of heavyweight fights, did you see that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? Now it's going to be on their record officially. It upgraded to a professional fight.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be on the actual records now.
What? How is Mike Tyson about to have an official record? He ain't fought in 15 years.
It's going to be an official fight. They have an official the weight for the gloves that they use officially and everything.
But they use 8-ounce gloves or some shit.
I think so. I don't know if it's 8 ounces, but now it's actually going to be an official fight on their official records. So it just got upgraded. For
Jake Paul, that don't fucking matter. He already lost before. But for Mike, I mean, he lost.
No, but it does as far as the allure is concerned. Because at first we thought in general this was going to, in reality, a lot of these celebrity boxing matches, it's for the bag. You feel me?
Right.
A lot of them were not.
That's exactly what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. But now I feel like if it's part of the official record, I feel like the mindset going to it is a little different. You know what I mean? But like we've seen some celebrity boxing matches where they literally having a song and they dance the whole time. Yeah. And they chalk it up to we just got rich after this. You feel me? No, seriously. But I feel like that adds another edge to it. The fact that it's gonna be on your official record.
This eye swollen, but my pocket's swollen too. I don't give a fuck.
You feel me? But I feel like that adds to it. The fact that it's gonna be a part of the official record.
I mean, it definitely adds to it. But like I don't think Mike has nothing to lose. Jake for sure has nothing to lose. A lot of the allure to Jake, a lot of the allure for Jake is just the simple fact that he's been boxing for 5-6 years ago. No, I've only been fighting for 5-6 years. He's like almost like a Joe Schmo, picks up a professional sport at 25 years old, at 22, 23, and he's just going at it. That's like if I start practicing my jump shot right now and I start calling out NBA players one-on-one and I start smoking motherfuckers. Like that's basically what that's pretty much what he's doing. He picked up a basketball at 23, and he's calling out one-on-ones with Kevin Durant and all the nicest motherfuckers. That's essentially what he's doing. Or with retired motherfuckers. Like, imagine me picking up a basketball and calling out AI, Mike Jordan one-on-one.
Him and his brother, both of them.
Him and his brother.
Logan fought Floyd, you feel me?
Hey, I seen what Logan's doing in WWE. Logan, keep play fighting. It's lit. Fuck that. Yeah. I'm not getting punched in the face for real if I can go make more money doing that. If I can just go make more money jumping off top turnbuckles.
Yo, how at the end of the day, the Pauls are gonna fight Mike Tyson and Floyd. Like what?
Wow.
But think about it. But you see how when Logan fought Floyd, it was more of an exhibition.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying as far as the allure of everything.
But thing is, too, Mayweather's last professional fight was only like 4 or 5 years prior to that. Regardless.
And Mike
it
Tyson,
wasn't 20 years ago. Mike Tyson's last professional fight was 20 years ago, literally.
I know. So, but hey, we're going to see what happens. Like I said, I think the fight's in July or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. I believe so.
We shall see what happens. But in other news, we talk about beefs.
Yeah.
Did you see Quavo's?
That's crazy. You read my mind. That's literally what I was about to say.
Did you see? So everybody else, for those who don't know, Quavo's concert was looking a little empty.
Listen.
Everybody's alleging that Chris Brown is pulling a 50 Cent to Ja Rule and bought the first few rows of his concert.
Bro, when I seen the pictures of that shit, I realized this is why you can't beef with rich niggas, bro. Like, don't beef with niggas that got just as much, if not more money than you, because they do shit like this. This nigga bought every ticket. This motherfucker Quavo is on stage. It is 46. It is. Hey, that looked like it was in a stadium that holds a good 10,000 people. And it looked like there was maybe 10% of that in that bitch. Like, I'm talking about.
It looked like it was maybe empty. Like 40 people.
It looked like they was doing sound check.
Yeah, it looked like it was doing sound. It looked like an underground comedy club performance. You feel me? Like, that's how it looked.
No, for
real.
Like,
everybody was huddled up. Like,
yo, bro.
Yeah, but they say he pulled a 50 Cent to Ja Rule.
Fucking genius, bro. That's what you call playing chess.
Yeah.
And, word, Quavo having a concert. I'm gonna buy 8,000 tickets at this bitch.
And
just to go viral.
And he slept like a baby that night. That money, yeah.
It's a 10. And let's say the venue holds 10,000 people. Let's say the venue holds 4,500, 5,000 people. 5,000 people. His venue is a big ass. That's still a big ass. Like, that's a big ass stage, a big ass venue.
There could have been no more than 80 people there.
Yo,
no more.
Let's say you bought 4,500. You let 500 people buy a regular ticket. 4,500 tickets to look like Chris Brown. Let's say $100 a ticket. That's $45,000 just to go viral. I'm doing that. I'm doing that all fucking day.
Yeah, for Chris Brown.
For a motherfucker that's making $500,000, $1 million a show, I'm doing that. Just to shit on you, like just to let you know that you fucking with the right one.
I don't know if it was early in the show and more people came later, but from what I saw,
that shit.
And then did you see Offset was performing in Europe?
Uh-huh.
And there was a big crowd. And he
with
turned
the big
around,
red boots?
Yeah,
I see that.
He turned around and feel me. He was like, I'm him. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was to troll Quavo or whatever the case may be. I don't know what their relationship is like now. I know it was a little rocky before, but it was just the timing to where we saw Quavo's performance. There was not a lot of people, and then Offset is performing in front of a big crowd in Europe, crowd. And he's like, I'm him. You feel me? It's just the timing there. I don't know if he's trying to troll or he's trying to say just because don't get it fucked up. I'm still him. Feel me?
Yeah, man.
And as far as let's talk about avenues, as far as the Migos is concerned, like RP Take. You feel me? RP Take. RP but like. I feel like Offset has really transitioned to more of the pop star, like more of the you feel me performer. He does dances and all that, like with the fits and everything. Like he's like Mike Jack Glove, like he's going more pop and then
he knows what he's doing.
He's trying to venture off and he's trying to diversify. Now Quavo, I haven't really seen a lane for Quavo yet. As far as okay, the Migos is no more a thing. Being set or not really like we used to. I haven't really seen him carve out like a lane or whatever the case where he can excel and continue to excel as an artist. But
I think
we'll see.
I think a lot of that has to do with just Offset's relationship with Cardi B. Seeing his woman turn into a pop star, going from a local legend to a hood celebrity to a motherfucking
global icon.
Just a ratchet personality, like, and then she turned that into global icon. She got songs with Bruno Mars, but she still could put on a Red Flag and do a remix to a K-Flock song. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could do that. Offset is taking that page and was like, wifey doing that? Watch this. Plus, together they're always gonna be stronger. You know what I'm saying? And Cardi B is obviously bigger than Quavo. I mean, bigger than Offset, and she panders to a whole different, a whole different regime, a whole different demographic because she has not only the youth, she has the women by a lot, and not for nothing too. A lot more women. Like Offset was always considered the more like attractive one, which matters when it comes to like your popularity. If the women found you'd be the heartthrob, that always is the biggest out of the whole group. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to like Shout out to Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy.
Yeah,
he wasn't the lead singer.
But
he was the motherfucker in the back with the drums. But the bitches loved him. He was fucking Kim Kardashian. He was doing all that fly shit in 2003. So it's always about like whoever the sex symbol in the group is definitely gonna always end up like transpiring to the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Javante when it comes to Jodeci and like Javante Swing, like it's always gonna be the sex symbol, the one that the girls like the most. Keith Sweat, right? Right. Like it's always that. It's whoever the most attractive is gonna always take off. No pun intended.
Take off. Yeah, RP take, man. But yeah, you know, it has to be a transition now. There's no more Migos. Yeah. And before we get out of here, did you see Gilbert Arenas? What's going on? Gilbert we got to touch on that real quick.
Real quick. All right, so Gilbert Arenas, right? Gilbert Arenas, he was telling a story on the podcast, and he was talking about how he ended up he spent $400,000 on the engagement.
$40,000. It was $40,000. It was $400.
$400.
Okay.
We talking about basketball money. $400,000 ain't shit to Gilbert Arenas. So he had spent $400,000 on an engagement ring, and then I think it was like a week later he was him and his the engagement was called off. And he faked the relationship for like 3 months just to get the ring back
and replace it with
a fake ring. And I'm thinking like,
go
ahead.
And apparently she ended up suing him,
right?
And she lost.
Yeah, she tried to sue him and she lost.
So he bought her a $500,000 engagement ring. A week later, the engagement was called off. So he faked the relationship to switch the ring out for a fake one. Ended up getting sued and won the suit. So what are your thoughts about that whole thing? Do you think he's wrong for trying to fake the relationship and only get it back?
$400,000, I ain't wrong for trying to kill you for that. Like, fuck you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna fake the relationship because if not, we gonna fake a crime scene. Fuck you mean? $400,000, I'm coming to get that. I don't give a fuck how rich I am. I'm coming to get that. $400,000 this big, I'm coming to get that. Now, by all means, I'm coming to get that.
I don't even think he had to do all that faking relationship.
I think the real question is. Do you think it's wrong that if you get a woman an expensive gift or something like that, like you get her a car, you get her a house, is it wrong to try to take that back once the relationship is over? What are your thoughts on that? I think that's the real question here.
All right, so as far as the engagement, all right, let me go first.
Backtrack. I did cut you off just now.
No, it's okay. As far as the engagement ring is concerned, the engagement ring is contingent upon marriage, legally. So.
He said contingent. Yo, it's contingent. Why here, man.
You feel me? It's
contingent. That's word of the day.
It's a contingency gift.
Yeah.
So if you give a girl a ring for marriage,
give me my shit back.
Yeah, she legally has to give it back because that ring is contingent upon marriage. Ooh. So that's why she lost the suit.
Okay.
He didn't even have to fake anything. Yeah. He could have said, "Give me my ring back."
Yeah. She's like,
"No.
Give me my bull
this
back.
engagement ring is contingent upon marriage. We're not getting married, so therefore I get my ring back." Damn. So he didn't even have to fake everything.
Yeah.
But as far as gifts are concerned,
especially the certain expensive ones. Obviously, we're not gonna be petty. I don't want the dress back.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
keep them earrings. Keep them whatever. You keep all that simple shit.
Even some heel shoes, whatever the case may be, you can keep that.
But if I bought you a $30,000 Birkin,
I'm
gonna need that back, man. I ain't gonna lie. I need that back.
That repo man coming.
Yeah, that repo man is coming.
If I buy you a car, it's gonna be my name anyway. You feel me? Why would I put in your name?
Yeah, respectfully.
Word. Why not be stupid?
Report stolen, goddammit. You feel me? This bitch riding around in a stolen. Give me my shit back. I need my shit back.
Because guess what? Now look. Like I said, the smaller gifts like the dresses, the shoes, the heels, or whatever the case, you can keep those. But the bigger gifts is contingent upon being with me. That's my contingency.
Yeah, I'm petty. I listen. If I got you that BBL, I need that BBL back. put the fat back up in there. I need them titties back. I need all of that shit. Matter of fact, what else we did? I need all of that shit back. Take them pictures off your gram. Listen, I need my shit back. Okay,
yeah.
So $400,000 for the ring. Respectfully, Gilbert Arenas, you did the right thing because you could have killed her. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
But
not saying you should have.
But he didn't even have to do that. He could have got it. He just got it back. But as far as the expenses are concerned, as far as the car, all that is contingent upon being with me.
Hey, listen, man. When they trade you from one team to another in any sport, do you get back the jersey?
That's what I'm saying.
You get back the jersey.
Like, come on now.
I need my jersey back. Respectfully.
I respect.
You don't play for this team no more. You on that team.
You on that team. You're a free agent, man. You're a free agent. You're not part of the team anymore.
Nah, that's a fact.
You ain't getting these checks no more. Like if I was paying bills 1, 2, 3, or 4 here, guess what? All that is out the window. Yeah. You're not on the team no more, man. It's over.
Hey, listen, man.
So yeah.
On that note, man. Y'all know what's going on. It's the end of the episode, unfortunately. Yeah. We just went on I feel like we was just flying. We ain't take a second to breathe. And I fuck with that. I love when we come in here tired early morning and we just flow. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, man. So the Free Gems podcast.
We got merch coming.
More
we got
content, more merch,
coming.
more giveaways, more shit going on.
Yeah, man.
We about to hit 1,000 subscribers. We need y'all to keep on tuning in, sharing, loving, and liking everything, man.
Yeah, we on the way. So until next time, we'll see y'all later.
And make sure y'all head on down to Bravery Studios if you need to record all your podcast needs. If you need to throw a little party, you need to go figure some shit out. You need a new passport or some shit. I'm fucking with you, Bob. Man, appreciate y'all.
You need an event space. You want to host an event.
Garfield, New Jersey. Tap in. Instagram. The Instagram will be tagged in the description. Appreciate y'all. We gone.
We out of here.